Welcome to Discover Virginia, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of the incredible people, businesses, and stories that shape the Hampton Roads and Virginia community. Each episode, we sit down with local entrepreneurs, creatives, and change makers who are redefining what it means to live, work, and also play in this region. Now, let's explore, connect, and discover Virginia. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Discover Virginia podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Trahan, and today we have an incredible guest, CEO and founder of Crunchy Hydration. But before we get to all the fun stuff that's happening behind me and with the interview, I have to tell you guys about our amazing show sponsors, but we'll get back to that here in a moment. So we're not in the studio. In fact, we have done the opposite of studio. We have brought the studio to the Norfolk Pagoda, to Water's Edge Winery, to the Sandler Center. Sandler Center. Yes, we recorded a bunch of content. But anyways, we'll cover that later. And today we're on the Flohom, one of the premier luxury Airbnbs right here in Virginia Beach. And I want to say thank you so much, Flohom, for letting us book an Airbnb here. You didn't sponsor the episode yet, but you could. So I'll include that link for all the great stuff, and definitely check out our socials for everything going on with Flohom. But let's get back to the show.
We on a boat.
We are on a boat. Megan Riggs, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on board with us today. We're going to be talking through your story, and not just your story, but also the incredible journey that you've been on here in the business community. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Well, first off, I want to get started like we do every interview and ask you, what got you to stick around and build your life here in the Virginia Beach area? Because I know you're from here, but curious after, going to college and things, what brought you back?
Yeah. And I will dive into that. But first, audience, I want to let you know that this guy, if you did not already know, chugged 5 of these in less than a minute.
They were so good. I just couldn't stop myself.
And it was my highlight of the year. I loved it.
Crunchy hydration is very hydrating. Yes,
so,
in fact.
Brand ambassador now. Yeah. So born and raised in Virginia Beach, love 757, went to University of Virginia. Immediately was like, all right, I got to move out. So I went to LA, had an amazing opportunity with a company that was based here. And I was helping spearhead West Coast operations. And it was awesome. But should I tell my story or should I just say like what brought me back?
No, tell your story. Let's hear it. That's what we're here. We're on the boat.
We're on a boat. So like from the outside looking in, it's like, wow, you're doing amazing. Like working for this great company. I was making a lot of money. I was my own boss. But for the first time, like started to develop really bad anxiety and depression. I was like, what is this? I couldn't get out of bed. I don't know if you've ever dealt with that, but like panic attacks. It leads to gut issues, depression, and went to the doctor and like classic LA. They're like, okay, you need these medications. Didn't even ask like, what's your lifestyle? It was just like, yeah, you need to take these medicines. And it just didn't resonate with me. So I decided to classic millennial. I was like drastic measures, gave away everything I owned, bought a one-way ticket to Thailand. Oh my gosh. I was like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to dive into the trauma. I'm going to dive into like the why.
So did you quit your job?
Quit my job.
Oh my gosh.
We're like at this big conference, I'm announcing a partnership. And then afterwards I was like, I got to go.
How old were you?
How old was I? Early 20s.
Oh my gosh. So you packed everything up. Thailand?
I gave most of it away.
Was there family or ties to Thailand or?
I worked with a lot of nonprofits. They had field offices in Thailand. Yeah. I wanted to learn the language. I love Thai food. And I was like, Thailand it is.
Oh my gosh.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was beautiful though. Like it was amazing when you don't have a plan, you don't have belongings, and you are just the most raw, pure version of yourself. And being able to dive into that, got into Ayurvedic medicine, yoga, went to this little juice shop every day on my way to teach English. And I called my sister and I was like, I'm opening up a juice shop. Like that's what I want to do. So I moved back to Virginia Beach, started Crunchy Carrot, which was cold pressed juices. And then it evolved into Crunchy Hydration.
So, wow. Megan, what you just shared is so, I think it resonates with a lot of people. And I definitely want to like fold the page here of this chapter because a lot of people, it's so easy to glide over this, but like we are struggling with anxiety and it really affects the core of who we are as people because, there's 2 things people look for, something to believe in bigger than themselves and finding something to believe in about themselves. Right. So I really appreciate your openness there. So as you got through that process of identifying what it is you wanted to create in Thailand, how did you land on like drinks? Was it just like the natural thing of like, hey, I got to check my gut, or what was that process like?
I think it started with the inspiration of having fresh, local, cold pressed juices and smoothies in Thailand. And I was like, I felt better than I ever had. And to me, it was simple. I was like, all right, let's get what we have locally. And so I worked with local farms, had no money, had a very crappy juicer at the time that I got off Amazon. So it literally was kind of crunchy at first. I smashed up some almonds. I put in it was like carrots.
So it was a literally crunchy drink,
like
and not
crunchy.
Intentional. Like, oh, I'm gonna leave chunks in here because it's a drink, right?
Right. Yeah. I was like, I didn't have a great juicer at the time before I got a commercial one. And then, so my little brother was like, oh, you crunchy carrot, you big lettuce head, and crunchy carrot just stuck. And now it's become this community and, like crunchy kind of granola hippie.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we flash forward to after your time in Thailand, you came back and you started Crunchy Hydration at Drink Crunchy, right? For all our Instagram folks out there.
At Drink Crunchy.
At Drink Crunchy. Can you walk me through the process of starting that business? And when did you know that it was more than just a drink to an actual business model? And what was that like process like for you?
Yeah. So knowing with the juices, even getting a super expensive commercial juicer, the ability to scale was just not there. And you can't wholesale juice unless you high pressure pasteurize it. Anyways, I still have that. We licensed it, the brand, to Leaping Lizard Cafe. If you've never been, amazing restaurant on Shore Drive. But
shout out to Leaping Lizard Cafe.
Have you been there?
On Shore Drive? I have not, but we love to give our shout outs, especially in Virginia Beach area.
It's such a cool spot.
Discover Virginia. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We'll drop that in the show notes. Thanks. Great. Let's try to think who edits.
And then went with the, every day I was having conversations about L-theanine, 5-HTP, ashwagandha, different things I was taking for anxiety and depression, and ended up having the ability to, with Farmhouse, actually use their production facility and like mad scientists, these formulations without any overhead and test it. And it was just crazy the amount of inbound requests from wholesalers. Like Whole Foods reached out, tons of independents.
Wow.
And I was like,
just that quick, huh?
Yeah. Like every time I doubted, I started it technically during COVID. So it was like a pandemic. There were shipping issues. There was so many barriers. So many times you're like,
never heard that before. Candemic. But that makes sense because your drink is in a can.
Yeah. Yeah. And all the tap rooms closed down for breweries. So they ended up producing a lot more beer in cans because people weren't coming into the tap rooms. Right. So there was just a national shortage. And it was like my first big production run. And they were like, yeah, I'm sorry, we don't have this. Like we were getting ready to produce, and they were like, it's going to be another 8 months. But anyways, there was just so much organic things that happened where I was like, this is the path I'm on. Like no matter, even if I wanted to quit, like I don't even know if I could.
Yeah.
Because it's bigger than me. Like
and especially too, because like your journey is so much similar to others because you go to the doctor and they're just like, hey, here's a bunch of medicine for you to take, from your story and your experience. I'm not saying it's all like that, but that was your experience. So the fact that you started ideating all these different ways to include the necessary nutrients or just flavors more than just alcohol, right, inside a beverage, and then the market took off. I mean, that told you in the right direction.
Right.
Did you ever doubt yourself?
Totally. I mean, I started with, so each one has a different blend of adaptogens. It's for a different chakra. Like it was a lot, like to start with 7 different SKUs. And so I definitely doubted throughout that process. So now we're kind of simplifying and, we're constantly refining, if you will.
Yeah.
But
what's the single hardest decision you've ever had to make in business, and how did it change you?
Ooh, wow. That's a good question. Single hardest decision I've had to make in business. So we had a really, we worked with St. George Brewery, amazing like people, but they couldn't keep up with what we were producing. And so switching from them, like wanting to provide that business to them, like when you have great suppliers and they also become friends and you want to support them and vice versa, but it's not the best decision for your business growth and trajectory, like taking that business away from them was really hard.
Sure. But, so losing a vendor that you were working with, that you had close ties to.
Yeah. And same thing with so we use organic flavors, and I was working with one company and, anyways, we ended up working with another company, and changing vendors is surprisingly hard for me because you build those relationships.
And I would be remiss if I didn't touch on this too, but you are a female entrepreneur, and, we have to notate that because there are, certain barriers of entry for different working class people. For yourself, What was that? What was the process for you as in the industry that you were in as a female entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say, especially in the beverage space, I think it's like 96% of investment goes to male funded
Wow.
beverages. Don't quote me on that, but it's high. It's definitely like it's maybe 2 to 4% go to women.
Sure. It's a common phrase around the table, male dominated industry. We hear that kind of a bit. And as a guy, I hear that, I'm like, oh shoot, I have a daughter. Like, how do we like not do this?
How do we do it different?
Yeah. And not just for the sake of like checking the box, but like, I think it's just better for business,
Right. So yeah, I mean, I would say it definitely made it harder to raise money, to get that capital that we needed to scale. And people look at you, they're like, oh, you're a tall blonde chick. Like I remember one dude, I was like, you're just hitting on me. Like you don't actually want to invest, or you want to invest because you think I'm hot. Like that's happened a lot too.
Oh my gosh. Yikes.
Women.
How do you process through that, especially with your journey from, college in Thailand and now, your corporate job and heading into that? How does that settle with you?
I would say I've built a lot more confidence now.
Yeah.
Like at first you're like, oh my gosh, someone wants to give me money. But now my approach to raising capital and growing the business, and I'm just way more blunt and give less F's, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is so empowering. And I don't know how. That's probably like what when I make it big, I would love to start a nonprofit focused on helping other women, start their businesses and gain that confidence and leadership training. Like, how do you skip the 3 years that I spent learning the attitude that I have now?
On the business side, I'm curious, what's the most amount of money you've made in a single year?
Well, hopefully this year. So we're on track to do 850,000. Last year we did about 320,000.
That's incredible. Yeah. And we saw you on the stage at Innovate Hampton Roads, the Startup World Cup. So
that was fun.
Continuing to, showcase that and make a dent in the local community. I'm curious for you as a local CEO here in the Virginia Beach area. I mean, we're like in a big little city in a lot of ways. I mean, a lot of people know each other. We're doing a collaborative shoot here and people are connecting and we know other people through spheres of influence. How has that impacted the way in which you've grown your business and continue to build your business?
I would not be where I am today without this community. Like 757 has so many resources that I didn't even know about. Like I shout it from the rooftops telling people, I'm like, did you know about, 757 Collab and all the free resources through Accelerate? Like you get paid to go through that program, and it changed my business. The 757 Angels, like Innovate Hampton Roads, all of the, there are so many movers and shakers in this area. And did you know until doing this podcast? Did you know all the cool things happening?
No, I did not. So Tech Night was super new to me, and we didn't even know, Michael and I behind the camera, we didn't even know about Innovate Hampton Roads until last summer. And it was like a last minute, I was scrolling on LinkedIn and I saw Tim Ryan. Tim, he's good. Everyone sees Tim Ryan. He's got movie star hair. And you can tell him Joseph Trahan said so. He's got movie star hair. He looks like he deserves to be on the silver screen. And he's got the silver streaks. But anyways, it's all new. And it's so important, I think, for us to touch on that too, because it takes a village in a lot of ways. And it takes a village acknowledging our differences and coming together and empowering each other through those programs. So as we wrap up our conversation today, Megan, I definitely want to hear a little bit more about what Crunchy is doing now and the fun things that we can expect in the future from you. And also, where can we get some more of these Crunchy beverages here?
I brought you a bunch. Don't worry.
Okay, perfect. I was going to say, I was like, oh, is that cooler for me or is that? Yeah, okay.
I got more in the cup too.
Perfect.
Now I lost my train of thought. What's coming? Well, the new flavor, it's not even on shelves yet. You can only order it online. So that was exciting. It should be in Kroger and Wegmans and Food Lion soon. We're launching in close to 300 Food Lions in the next week.
Oh, that's awesome.
So by end of September.
Food Lion's like a Virginia-based grocery chain as well. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're East Coast, but Virginia-based too.
Yeah. And then Thrive Market, they're a national online retailer. Love them. So we're launching 4-packs with them. And then we have in the works no one's heard this yet, but a brand new product line and a celebrity, kind of partnership coming.
Okay. Yep. So you'll see me again. No, I'm just kidding. That's exciting, Megan. Yeah. Well, we are so excited. Where can folks go to follow you along on your journey to this next Q4 when we're recording 2025 and into 2026 and beyond?
Yeah, so you can find us at Drink Crunchy. My personal one's Crunchy Megan. And then if you want to order online, it's drinkcrunchy.com, and I will work on a special discount code for you so all of your people can get some extra.
We love that. We love discount codes,
Gotta
right?
keep you hydrated, guys.
Yeah. So hit that like button and subscribe, because that's how we keep these discount codes coming to you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Megan, we have one last segment here, a rapid fire question section.
Okay.
That's the only way you're able to get out of the interview space today, as you go through it. So,
Guys, he didn't prep me for any of this, just so you know.
Yeah, no, normally we do like a red carpet thing, but we're on a boat, and yeah. So first rapid fire question section.
Okay.
For those moving or considering moving to the Virginia Beach area, what is one piece of advice you would want to give them before moving here and either relocating or starting a business, or, just enjoying life here?
I would say to follow you guys and look at all the cool things that are going on.
That's right. That's right. Here's just $50. Thank you.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. No, I mean, it is one of it's like the top rated place to raise a family, to live, and living near the ocean increases your, how many years you live by, 7 to 11 years. So
Yeah.
just move.
At least 35 plus years of lifespan.
That salt air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Megan, when you are out with the kiddos and the family on the weekend, what is a great local spot for dessert that you'd like to go and check out and recommend people to check out?
Get Lost.
Oh, Get Lost with Stephanie?
Yeah.
Shout out Stephanie.
I just saw her yesterday.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Get Lost. Yeah, because they do the shaved ice.
It's like shaved ice.
Yeah, and they do the ice cream with it too.
Yeah. And the snow cap.
They do all this stuff.
So good.
Another
I'm like
one,
a kid. I get the blue raspberry one.
Another one I saw, I just found them on Instagram. I wanted to shout them out because I was scrolling and it's just this big pink coffee truck.
Oh, I went there yesterday too.
What
the
is
Sleepy Cowgirl
this
Coffee.
Sleepy Cowgirl Coffee?
Love
Shout out to
them.
Sleepy Cowgirl Coffee.
Dude, those girls are crushing it. They have cracked the code. There was at 8 a.m. just a line, crazy line in the parking lot. They're at the La Promenade.
Because it's PSL season, let's be honest. I have to get it from my wife. I'm not drinking it. Wink, wink. Yeah, but that's their channel.
Sleepy Cowgirl Coffee.
Grant, throw up their profile at Sleepy Cowgirl Coffee. But yeah, they have some cool stuff.
Cheesecake something. I don't know. It was a fall special.
And it's so fun. I've always loved colors, and I have an excuse now because I have a daughter. So I'm like, yeah, it's acceptable to do pink, but I've always liked pink.
They make kids stuff too. I saw a lot of kids there.
It's great.
Yeah.
When you are looking to start a business in the area, which city do you think, if you had to start all over, would be the city that you would want to build your business in out of the 7 Hampton Roads cities?
I'm loyal Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach. Okay.
Yeah.
That was good. Yep. Call off the guards there. Okay, great. Virginia Beach, right? It's kind of the top for the business. Yeah.
Well, and just think of all of the tourism that we're getting in this area and the hotels and there's just a lot of cool things happening.
Absolutely. Love it. Awesome, Megan. Well, we can let you out of the studio now, but thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah.
One final message you want to leave the audience with, you're more than welcome to.
I would say take a moment for you. Self-care does not have to be complicated. You deserve to treat yourself. So whether it's crunchy or whatever, just slow down, take a breath, and you're amazing.
Cheers to crunchy.
Cheers.
Oh man, I don't want to chug this now.
Chug, 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 chug.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.